You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama?
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. As always, thank you so much for joining us on Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. I'm meteorologist Maggie McCauley. Got my coffee ready to go. Hope you do too. Hope you're mood because it is Friday, so that's one thing to celebrate, right? Here's a live look over in Amory. This is another thing to be happy about this morning. Beautiful ongoing conditions. This is our sunrise again over in Amory, Mississippi. Beautiful conditions. Temperatures in the middle 60s, just like they were yesterday. Overall, not even a lot of clouds in the sky. Here's a look a little bit closer to that cloud cover over in Cleveland. You can see a little bit more clouds in that sunrise. Beautiful conditions there as well with the flag blowing in the background. Just great view over in Cleveland, Mississippi. Temperatures a little bit warmer in the upper 60s there. Let's talk about temperatures region wide. Most of us here in North Mississippi in the 60s this morning, upper to middle 60s, depending on where you are. A little bit warmer in places like Memphis, Jonesboro, and Little Rock. That's because that's where that cloud cover is kind of settling, keeping them acting as a blanket, keeping them a little bit warmer than the rest of us. But here in North Mississippi, we are in the 60s. Let's talk about your first 12 hours. Temperature is going to eventually be getting to the 70s as we head over our next hour. If you're not already there, some of us closer to the Delta are in those 70s. Upper 80s by 11, 90s right back in the forecast today. Got any plans? It's going to be another warm one out there. Middle to low 90s across the board for your afternoon hours. And you can see our rain chances really go up into the afternoon. About a 10% chance at 11. We go to a 20 at 2, 30% chance at 5. Yeah, those high school football games, looking to have some rain in the mix for some of those. So keep watching. I'll have the latest on those forecasts coming up. But what you need to know now is there is rain in the forecast out there for your Friday afternoon and evening. And there's some rain pretty close to us even right now. Take a look at Mississippi Live satellite and radar. So we're looking at cloud cover and rain right now on this map. And you can see a lot of us really dry, not seeing a lot of clouds, but it's moving in and showers on the way as well as those pushing into places like eastern Arkansas right now. But let me give you more of an overview and a wider look out there for you. Here's a look at Mississippi Live radar, just the rain. Again, a few showers over in places like eastern Arkansas. Now we're going to be zooming out. You can see some of that rain inching into eastern Arkansas, into the Missouri Boot Hill with that extended cloud cover as well. Here's the overall system we're watching. Low pressure system way up north, extended cold front with it that's eventually, you can see they're going to be into more of a stalled front boundary that's going to be a catalyst for our shower and storm activity into your afternoon and evening. So we're going to continue to watch this as it continues to push showers and storms our way, kind of bringing those again into our evening. This is at 5 o'clock on your Friday, seeing a few of those showers already starting to pop up, and those are just going to continue into those few hours as well. As we head overnight, they will dissipate. I think Saturday is actually looking very dry as of right now. Maybe a few showers out there for your afternoon, but overall about a 10% chance at best. So very dry out there for the start of your weekend. So that's some good news as well, even into your Sunday. Looking pretty dry too. So can't rule out a spot shower or two, but the majority of us actually looking pretty dry. Let's extend this into Sunday. Again, rain very close to us. Rain from Oklahoma, places of Arkansas up into Kentucky, but a lot of us staying dry for the most part throughout the entirety of your weekend. Here's some good news I have for your Friday morning. Even though we're dealing with rain today, the heat slowly retreats. Yeah, that's the story moving forward into next week. We're going to be dealing with the heat into the weekend, but slowly into our next work week, we're going to be seeing temperatures continue to trend downward. And then we'll talk about that coming up next. I'll talk just how nice things are going to be getting. Not too cool. I wouldn't say fall just yet, but definitely cooler than we've been seeing. I'm also going to talk through your latest SEC forecast. So if you are planning on going to Start Vegas or Ole Miss this weekend, stick with us. I'll have everything you need to know about both of those games and your high school football games tonight, coming up right after this.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy.
What would you give for a child you loved? To make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. Every single one of us can make the stars align, because when we come together, hope and joy will shine.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McAuley.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday out there to you. Good morning to all. I love looking at the chat on our mornings because everyone says good morning to each other and it's so sweet. So good morning, everybody. Hope you have your coffee brewing just like Brenda said she does. It's a good Friday morning out there for some coffee as well. I want to show you radar, what's ongoing right now before we get into the forecast, right? Well, not a lot. Here in North Mississippi, I'm actually tracking overall dry conditions across the board. But it doesn't take very long to see a little bit of that rain. You can see it there. Let me move out of the way, actually. But you can see it just behind me, or really on this side, Jonesboro, up into places like the Missouri Boot Hill in eastern Arkansas, northeastern Arkansas, getting in on some rain this morning that has a lot of lightning associated with it as well. But as I said, here in North Mississippi, we're good to go out the door this morning. If you are headed out and about, we're not tracking any rainfall on Mississippi Live radar this morning across our area. Take a look over in Starkville. That's true over in Oktibbeha County. Nice conditions. Look at that. Beautiful ongoing sunrise. Not even a lot of clouds in the forecast, at least this morning. Temperatures in the middle 60s there. Of course, if we show Start Vegas, we got to show Oxford too. Here's a look over in Oxford, Ole Miss country. Beautiful view over there in Lafayette County. Nice sunrise. Look at those pinks and blues. You can see a little bit of clouds making their way into places like Lafayette County. That's going to continue that trend for our day ahead. Let's talk about airport delays on your Friday. Not tracking any. So that's some good news. Even with those showers and storms that just pushed through places like Oklahoma City, I wasn't tracking any delays in that airport either, even though it's not showing up on this map. And throughout the country, our international airports look good to go from Atlanta, Memphis, all the way over into Denver and Albuquerque, looking good to go this morning. If you're hopping on a flight, maybe got some weekend plans. Let's look at your day planner. If you're sticking in here with us in North Mississippi, it's a warm one yet again today. Middle 70s by 9, 80s expected as we head throughout your day ahead. Low 80s by 10, upper 80s by 11. You can see those rain chances come back into the forecast as we head into your mid-morning, and they're just going to be increasing into your day ahead. As for today, high temperature is going to be in the middle 90s for a majority of the area, so still warm out there. If you get under one of those showers and storms this afternoon, it will help to cool things off. But if you do not, we are still going to be in the 90s today. Rain chance is about a 30% chance, and that's mainly for the afternoon. Mainly for those times that, yes, we have high school football games going on. Our high school football game of the week presented by KC Lott is South Pontotoc and Okolona. Our meteorologist Gabe Maynor will be there, and he could quite possibly be tracking out some storms while he is there. By the time you're getting all those things together, ready to head out to the game, temperature is going to be in the upper 80s. We'll fall through the 70s for your game. You can see rain chances slowly decreasing by that final snap. But for that start of the game, that front half of the game, things are going to be wet for some. So let's talk about it. This is your latest hour-by-hour futurecast. I'm using this high-resolution model because this past week it has been pretty accurate. So we're going to continue to put our little bit of trust in that it'll be accurate today as well. As we head in afternoon, mainly dry. Clouds are going to continue to try to spread over. Rain as well in places like northwest Mississippi, definitely a potential. Let's go into the back half of your day, going 3, 4 o'clock. Yep, scattered storms already across northeast Mississippi. Now, the majority of activity actually sitting off into places like southern half of Arkansas, but we're still seeing a few heavy downpours out there even before the start of those game times. Let's go into those game times. Let's head 6, 7 o'clock. Yeah, still here, seeing some scattered ongoing downpours within the heart of northeast Mississippi. So again, if you're headed off to these games, if you got kiddos playing, anything like that, I'd bring the rain gear. And these heavy downpours are likely to have some lightning with them that could lead to some delays. So I'm just preparing you for that. Not everybody getting in on that. Not everybody getting a delay today. That's not what I'm saying, but the potential is definitely there. Here's the good news. If you wait it out, if you hold it out through those delays, if you get one, as we head later on in the evening, I'm talking about the back half of those games, things do look to turn very drier. Now, rain looking in the majority of our area from really the Golden Triangle region and south extended further into the evening. So I'm talking 8, 9, 10 o'clock. But the further you go into the evening, the drier things do get. So at least that's some good news out there for us. Into your Saturday morning, things look very dry. Mainly dry day out there for your Saturday, and by noon as well. Into the afternoon, can't rule out a spot shower or two. About a 10% chance at best is what I'm putting in there for Saturday, but a majority of it's very dry throughout your day ahead as well. Let's talk about your SEC forecast. If you are headed on your Saturday to support Ole Miss over in Oxford, Mississippi versus Tulane, well, I don't have I hate to say not good news, because I hope both in Ole Miss and State, but the news is both of these are afternoon games. Okay, so the forecast is going to be pretty warm out there. By your first play, you're in the 90s. You're sticking through the 90s through a majority of your game over at Ole Miss. So headed out to that game, 90s expected throughout the majority of the game. Definitely warm out there. Make sure to pack the water bottle, maybe a fan as well if they let you bring that into the stadium. Upper 80s by the time the final snap occurs. Now let's head over to Start Vegas. Mississippi State playing on Northern Illinois. Same story, difference. Maybe a 10 to 20% chance of rain. I think a lot of that game, though, looks to sit very dry and very warm, because yet again, another afternoon kickoff. 90s expected throughout that game, or a majority of it as well. So definitely warm out there if you're headed out to support the Bulldogs or in Ole Miss. High temperatures look to take downward trend. As I said earlier, take a look at this. Middle 90s today, tomorrow, low 90s on Sunday, Monday. But we're taking a stair step down. We're eventually into the 80s as we head into your new work week ahead. So that is some good news as you're headed out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We kind of trade off the heat for the rain. The rain does come back into the forecast. Let's talk about Tropical Storm Gabrielle before I let you go on your 7-day forecast. Here's the good news with that. It's now a tropical storm. It's looking to reach hurricane status as we head Sunday afternoon into Monday. As it does, though, it's going to take a hard right turn. So that is some good news, not impacting our friends on the coast, not impacting the United States, not expected to. So that is some good news out there for your Friday. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast, middle 90s as we had Friday, Saturday, low 90s, Sunday, Monday, eventually turning into the 80s and kind of trading out the heat, like I said, for that widespread rain out there. So that is the thing we're going to be trading off into our work week ahead. But it's good news. We definitely need the rain out there. Make sure to stick with us. I'll have your last broadcast, your latest forecast coming up at 7:30 this morning. So make sure to stick back with us. I'll have everything you know to get you out the door then. And then obviously Gabe Maynor will be at those football games at 5 and 6. And make sure to check out for the latest forecast at 10 p.m. as well.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
You may see a teen struggling to find his way, a At Boys and Girls Clubs, we see a teen gaining the confidence and skills to land his first job. Kids today need people to see their potential and help them achieve it. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we do whatever it takes to help kids succeed. Because when we see young people, we see limitless possibilities. Do you? Join us, Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures